Hello everybody and welcome back to the Learn Dota 2 League Season 16, Week 2. Reedy, Cranberry, Round 2, who are you this time?
I'm actually Jesus.
Oh,
I came back
Jesus!
to life. No, I came back to life a third time, and here we are, just to spectate this stupid shit called Dota.
Oh, so you had Aegis and you had natural reincarnate ability, I see?
There you go. Something like that.
10 seconds remaining.
Can you imagine being a Roman guard at that tomb and then one morning you just hear... Just muffled from the inside?
Yep.
What was your reincarnation line?
Jesus had buyback.
That's not a good reincarnation line.
It's a great reincarnation line.
10 seconds remaining.
It's not even accurate yet, Aegis.
5 seconds.
No, I had
remaining.
buyback as well.
Oh, there you go. Just
Yeah.
letting everybody on the enemy team know your buyback status.
Yeah, exactly.
Radiant team ban.
Compared to the first match, which was very quick fire with the picks and the bans, this time we're starting off a lot
Nobody
slower.
knows what the fuck is going on anymore. People
Yeah.
came into this game going, I got a plan, we're gonna pick this, we're gonna ban this, we're gonna do this. Game one fucked all of that up.
Yeah, the plan is gone.
I thought I was there.
Dutch Vanderland is pissed. No plan. Plan ruined.
Dutch Vanderland? What the fuck is that?
10 seconds remaining.
That the...
5 seconds remaining.
I feel like I'm streaming with Blue Jay again. Jesus Christ.
What?
Nothing. Oh,
Is it
God.
the mixed French? Is it the mixed in Franglish phrases?
Radiant team.
Yeah. There's Magnus Band, Void Spirit Band, Undying Sand King. They
Parlez-vous English, motherfucker?
they are willing to let the Timber Saw through this time.
Apparently they are. It's probably a fucking
10
mistake.
seconds remaining.
If they don't insta-lock... Actually, if they insta-lock Timber, I guess the enemy team just insta-locks Bloodseeker, because that thing is sad.
I don't know, the Undying did not really seem like it was doing all that much for them the last game. Felt like most fights were so short, it didn't... Like, he pretty much was just a lane win for Medusa, and that was it.
It helped Madussi not lose the lane. I don't think she won that lane.
Yeah, so it was more, yeah.
Doctor.
It was a non-lost lane for Medusa, and that felt like is pretty much all they got.
Weren't you wasn't the other caster like a level 30 Witch Doctor last game?
10 seconds remaining.
What do you mean the other
5
caster?
seconds remaining.
You know that Spaz man?
Oh, yeah, wasn't he a level 30 Witch Doctor? I don't know. That's like one of the 3 heroes he plays, so probably.
Yeah.
It's like Ogre Magi and Witch Doctor and...
Jakiro.
Even that's like a third of the amount of those two.
Crystal Maiden.
Crystal Maiden. Stealing that from, oh, that's the other one. There we go. He plays Crystal Maiden sometimes as well.
That
Just
man
to make his
unironically plays Maiden?
Yes.
I see.
Just to,
Did you say just to make his wife mad?
yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
That's against the 10 Commandments, brother. Thou shalt not cheat.
5 seconds remaining.
Well, he's
number
not cheating.
12.
Thou shalt not piss off your wife
Let's see.
by being a horn dog for a Dota hero.
Thou shalt not commit adultery. There you go. It's literally on the 10 Commandments.
Yeah, but he's not committing adultery. He's just...
He's committing adultery. Playing with fucking Maiden.
Explain how. Explain how this
He's
counts as
cheating.
adultery.
He's
Explain
cheating
how
on
this
his wife
counts
with
as
Maiden.
cheating. Are you implying that Spaz fucks Crystal Maiden? Can we get that
That's
on
exactly
record?
what I'm saying.
Radiant team.
Fucking maybe.
So shoutouts to Mrs. Spaz. I hope the divorce goes great for you. Neeks Assassin coming out here. Just a good hero still, so no big
Radiant
surprises.
team ban.
Wind Ranger at your service.
And we got the Out of on Bismarck Windrunner. Now, one thing I've said about the Windrunner in the LD2L context is like,
Team ban.
I think a lot of people have been too afraid of it. I think if you're not like, it's like Lena a few patches ago. If you were not already a Windrunner player before the point where Windrunner became super baller, then it means nothing for you. Unfortunately, they just let Otto von Bismarck get mid Windrunner, so this is not going to be
that
pretty.
man a level 30 Wind Ranger?
What?
5 seconds.
Isn't he a level 30 Wind Ranger?
On Otto? Yes.
Yeah.
Radiant team
Yes.
ban.
Yes, he is.
So basically, they're just fucked.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that ain't good. He did pick it up early. So there's that. They do have many picks to levy against that, but like,
Dire
if I
team
see
ban.
that come up, I'm like, okay, this already feels like, unless Reedy's got like a huge trump card coming out here.
I
It's a
mean,
little hard to
Shadow
see where to
Demon's
go.
still in the pool. And that hero really just fucks on it.
10
Like,
seconds
really.
remaining.
Shadow Demon's still in, though. You're going to have to find something else to do with the
5
Neeks
seconds
Assassin.
remaining.
Besides support there. It's not the most ideal scenario.
Definitely not.
I mean, we saw a game in week 1 where J-Bay won off of the mid-Neeks Assassin, though I feel like that had a lot to do with the fact that Princess desperately didn't want to win that game, but you know how that goes.
For what reason would Princess throw a game?
Yeah, that's true. That's unheralded.
Radiant team ban.
Definitely not Herald-like.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know why it's called Herald before Immortal. Like, Herald should be the rank before Immortal. You know why Herald is the guy that's telling you somebody else arrives?
Yeah, yeah. Harold is the guy who lives down the street.
10
He's kind of
seconds
balding.
remaining.
He works as a butcher.
Yeah.
5
Some of his
seconds
friends call him
remaining.
Harry. Which is kind of ironic because he's bald. It's the worst cast intro ever. It's the
This is the worst cast
Yeah.
ever, period.
Yeah, there we go. Ricky ban, Bloodseeker ban, Storm Spirit ban, Pangolier ban do not... I would find it very difficult to argue with the Pangolier ban. I do wonder...
Which in turn makes it the best ever. Just like to point that out.
I do wonder a little bit if maybe part of the thing for the Cranberry team the first game is that they didn't know at all how Reedy was going to line it up with US Danny as a stand-in, and so they were kind of shooting blanks, like trying to guess who was going mid and trying to guess who was going where rather than having pools to like on hand. Whereas now they're probably more confident. I mean, they could just be assholes and mix it up again, have Danny go mid, Reedy go safe lane. That'd be funny.
Just have Danny go pause 4.
Yeah, there we
Have
go.
Reedy go pause 5. Crayon's now the off laner. J-Bay's the safe laner.
And Crayon
And
wanted to be
Sabo's
core.
the mid laner. There you go.
Viper ban. The ban on the Spectre
10
here.
seconds
Viper ban's a
remaining.
little interesting.
5 seconds remaining.
Exactly what the reason for that is going to be.
Radiant team pick. Drow Ranger.
Drow Ranger gonna come up here. This lineup makes poor Drow look like disproportionately short. She's standing here in the middle and she's like an inch taller than CM. And
Drow is
considerably shorter than
disproportionately... She is very short. Although, it's funny that Wind Ranger has like one of the worst models in history. Like base models. Like, have you seen that lady's neck? She's a fucking giraffe. It's 4.5 feet long.
Yeah, that explains the height difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is interesting how popular Windrunner is and how popular she has been for so long. It is notable.
And-
She's one of those heroes where it's like every time she's even like remotely good, let alone right now where she's really good, but
Radiant
every
team
time she's even remotely good, people want to bring her out.
Oh yeah.
But she looks like
Fun to
that.
play. With her 4-foot neck.
I guess because most people
The
probably
Arcana fixes it.
Yeah, I was
Makes
gonna
it look
say
fine.
most people are probably using the Arcana nowadays, aren't they? Spirit
If they're
Breaker
playing
into
the
Drow.
hero for the most part, yeah.
10 seconds
Spirit Breaker into
remaining.
Drow. I mean, if he can actually get to her, then this is good.
5
If he gets
seconds
gusted on the
remaining.
way, it kind of sucks, but You have so much stun to follow that up as well.
Juggernaut.
I am the Juggernaut. My matchup against Drow Ranger is entirely determined by who gets to make the first blow.
Wait, here's the question though. You've got 2 auto heroes. Who the fuck? Which one's he playing?
I assume it's going to be Coffee Cat Juggernaut.
10 seconds remaining.
Probably. Also, the Juggernaut just needs to buy a blink, and Drow doesn't get to play the game.
Timber comes up here.
Of course.
It's kind of awkward for the Juggernaut there. Now he blinks up the Drow and he ults her, and then Timbersaw walks up to the Drow, and suddenly no damage is
No,
done.
because if the Timbersaw is beside the Drow, something's fucked up. Timbersaw should be jumping the Witch Doctor and that shit, and the Wind Ranger. If they're beside each other, something's fucked up.
Well, you got this mobility skill on this here, you know.
I get that. Despite that, I'm just saying, something's wrong if they're adjacent to each other in a fight. And I'm not saying that that's never going to happen. I'm just saying the fight's not going how they want it to be. And what they want to do in a fight is have the Nyx Assassin jump somebody, have the Timbersaw follow up. Maiden's crying because there's a Spirit Breaker chasing after her.
Yeah, the CM is completely useless in this game. It's going to be a hard sell for her to do anything besides just be
and then
passive.
Drow, in that scenario, Drow's probably just free hitting because the enemy team's worried about a Nyx Assassin and a fucking Timbersaw, and whoever else they pick. However, in the scenario where Drow is beside her Timbersaw, either they've already won the fight, they've already lost the fight, or they're in the middle of the fight and something's going wrong.
I mean, the way I see it is pretty simple. It's more than likely that the support line, as it stands, the Nyx Assassin, the CM, can already pretty much take care of the Witch Doctor. You can pretty much assume Windrunner and Spirit Breaker are just going to be right-clicking the Drow Ranger the very moment they see her.
I mean, yeah, probably. We'll see.
It is kind of likely, I think, that the center of battle, I mean, it's not going to be the most ideal situation, but the center of battle is probably going to be on Drow. They have a lot of ability. If they're not, like, caught up and shredded by all the stuns on the way, at which point they've lost the battle anyway. They've lost before they even got to strike. If they get to have a fair fight, it's likely that Drow is, like, sort of the epicenter of it. And it is likely that anything effective Timbersaw is going to be doing is going to be relatively close.
10 seconds remaining.
Maybe.
5 seconds remaining.
But then again, they're wanting to be jumping on this team. They don't want to get jumped
More than
on.
likely.
If they get
I don't know,
jumped on, they get...
I think you're actually a little fine either way, because you've got so much ability to just shut down their advances. Like I said, if Spirit Breaker gets gusted before he reaches Drow, he dies. Just does nothing.
They need one more thing, though. Well, if Drow uses Gust on Spirit Breaker, she just dies to Wind Ranger. It's... Wind Ranger presses E and then presses R on the Drow, and then the Drow just dies.
Well, if Windrunner uses Gust on the Spirit Breaker, or not Windrunner, if Drow uses Gust on the Spirit Breaker, and then Windrunner does that, then Nyx Assassin hits the stun, then Crystal Maiden hits the root, you know.
It's not necessarily the case.
Yeah, it's not
I do
necessarily.
like to Legion. That's more jump for the Drow. It's lockdown for the Timbersaw.
Yeah, it can very easily backfire on you to try and duel the Timbersaw as the LC, as I can tell you from personal experience. Even the most sandbag man alive could not win that duel, but you know how it goes.
What do you mean?
Oh, that's what Minoy kept trying to do in the game against us when I stood in for the Gotham team. I was Timber and he was LC. And he kept trying to jump duel me, so I would die to all their stuff, and I still actually just didn't die, and I lived and just killed everybody.
I mean, they have enough damage with the Wind Rangers to be able to kill the Timbersaw. That's a guarantee. And Witch Doctor, who just lowers the amount of damage you need to deal by about 30%.
I like the Ember Spirit here. It's gonna be very
it does.
in a lot of ways.
It's very good for fight disruption.
Yeah, they got so much fight disruption.
Although playing Ember into Legion is a little scary until you get a Lincoln's.
Yeah, it's you're definitely gonna want to get a Lincoln's absolutely ASAP.
Like Maelstrom Lincoln's probably is like your build after Boots and maybe Corrosion.
But you do that and you're pretty tough to get a handle on realistically. They do.
Yeah,
They
after
do
you get
always
your
have the.
Lincoln, they don't really have a way to kill you.
They do always have the potential possibility of just using the Spear Breaker global Lincoln's break, but that's if you do that, you're losing your ability for Spear Breaker to engage in whatever's going on. So, not the best scenario there anyway.
I guess, but if it allows you to kill the Ember Spirit at the start of a fight, that's probably fucking worth it.
Yeah, it's probably fine. Yeah, they got a lot. Like, I like this Reedy lineup because they can make things so bad for the Cranberry lineup in this situation. It's like, it's so. Not only is it's like they have a lot of ability to just screw up anything they do. Any misstep can get very easily just turned into like just bad news, basically. And they have so much ability to capitalize on that as well. Like if you're like the Windrunner and you get chain stunned right in front of the Timber Saw or something, you're so dead. Like that's just the end of your life.
Oh yeah, there's that. Eventually, it doesn't. That's not gonna happen because Windranger's gonna get a BKB at some point.
Right.
In this game, if Windranger doesn't get a BKB, like
yeah, she's nuts. But there's a lot of time.
I'd start to question your sanity.
Yeah, there's a lot of time in this game. Oh, goodbye, Reedy. There's gonna be a lot of time in this game where that's not the case. You know, you're not born with a BKB. There's just gonna be not everybody's gonna have one. It's like, okay, Neek's going 2 or what? Especially in those early fights, it's gonna be like every wrong move that the Cranberry Sprite team makes can just be punished so effectively. How much recourse?
Yeah, we gotta finish recording this by 11 o'clock. Heaven does have a curfew.
Okay, there we go.
And also, I need to stop off at the Metro before that.
I see.
Metro being a grocery store.
That should be fine. That's an hour and 6 minutes. I'll be a little surprised this one's 66. I'll be able to wrap it up from there anyway in that case. Surely it wouldn't be going on that much longer. It's dispatch.
30 seconds to battle.
The Juggernaut, I think, could be potentially problematic in a lot of ways. But he could also be dealt with in a lot of ways. It's definitely going to come down to execution. Speaking of execution, Crystal Main just executed there. Juggernaut just spinning into...
Just executed herself, that's what that was. Although they're all on top of the ward. They don't know it. 3 damage for
2 for 2, yep. But as I was saying, the Juggernaut is it's gonna be a very execution heavy Juggernaut game because it's like it's depending on how he's gonna position himself in fights, how he's gonna farm, what items he's gonna choose to do.
I'm already seeing him go to the Battle Fury and I already don't like it.
There you go. Depending on how this guy plays, he could do a lot.
Also,
because, like,
I really don't think he needs this Wraith Band. It's just a waste of extra gold. It's a waste of 500 gold that could be used for something else. Like, I get you want the stats, but in this lane, just go for your wand and then be on your merry way.
There you go. Speaking of on your merry way, Spaz is on his merry way here now. Has opted to take the scenic route down here to the bot lane, and is going to give Coffee Cat a bit of time to solo lane, but it's kind of a.
What rank is Coffee Cat?
What?
What rank is Coffee Cat? So I know where to place my expectations.
I don't know. I don't know off the top of my head. Not particularly high MMR, I know that.
Are we talking like Crusader level? Archon?
I think about so. I think it's about there, like Crusader, Archon.
I'm gonna say mid Crusader. Okay.
Yeah. There's going to be one of the lower tier puzzles in that regard.
Yeah, I just feel the Wraith Band is a little bit redundant to go for. The Battle Fury, well, it's going to help you farm a lot. It's not going to help you kill anybody later in the game. So you're going to need some item later to help you kill people. Because Drow's all armor, Timber Saw's all armor, Ember Spirit.
You're just not going to have any. Yeah, you're just not going to have any interaction with Ember Spirit. Like, he can't really do that much to you, but you sure as hell can't do anything to him.
That was a little bit of discommunication there. If a Jug had spun on the Nyx Assassin there, that's a free kill.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Oh, I guess he
Jug
had
has
just
no
used it.
Blade Fury or mana, so...
No Beyblade indeed. I do like the fact that he finished the wand. Still don't like the fact that he's going for the Wraith Band. Drow Wraith Bands are fine, I guess, but I'd still rather just go for the Falcon Blade. Mana regen is so much better.
You want to hear my Juggernaut impression?
No.
Alright.
Oh, it's really unfortunate the timing on that.
Yeah, very sad. Not like it really matters anyway, still gets the rest
I
of
don't
the
think
swing
so.
for right.
Single last hit. Oh,
Looks like they did in fact get the spin Maledic
spin
combo there.
and... Yeah, level 1 Maledic's not that much damage.
Yeah, perhaps not the target they wanted there, but...
Yeah.
Well, JB
Kinda
actually
not the
doesn't have any
target.
reactive yet, so it's fine.
Actually, it's not that bad of a target then.
He did just get
It's,
his Ring of Health though, so it has suddenly become bad again.
That's not that bad either. It's
Yeah,
still
I mean,
not that bad.
Yeah,
It's only 5
life could
HP,
be a lot worse. He's gonna
You
have to sit
basically
there
just
for a while.
added an ogre on top of your health regen, because that's how much his base HP regen is.
They're getting very aggressive here in the top lane for the Cranberry team.
Of course, they can. They're just gonna walk up, press Q.
Oh, US Danny did
Is
not get
dead.
blood grenaded. Okay, they dropped the blood grenade on LC to slow her down. The CM died off screen here. Okay, that's a great gust.
The early point in Gust is nice, but it's not gonna change anything.
Yeah, it's not gonna matter here. Tries to secure the kill.
Cranberry
for
being the bigger man and giving it the holiday.
I mean, Cranberry being the bigger man there by not actually even being feasibly really able to do that without just risking something stupid. So that was definitely
What,
the
to
right
get
call.
the kill?
Yeah,
No,
'cause
he
it's
could have
like-
easily gotten the kill. There was no way that Drow gets away there.
Yeah, but
There
I
was
think
a full
like
second.
like he has no W and he is.
He didn't need the W,
barely
he just
faster
walks
than
up
Drow.
and right click. What do you mean barely? Legion's 25 movement speed faster than Drow. Legion's 325.
Yeah, I have so many nightmare scenarios where I'm right there and then they just TP out or somebody TPs in or something stupid happens. I would have called the save.
I get that. I'm just saying, it was a fairly easy kill for Legion to get, all things considered.
Bounty.
Taking the
But
Twin Gate down
Cranberry
here, Yellow
just walked
Crayon
in.
going in from behind on Coffee Cat.
What a surprise.
They do
Oh,
get
there's the spin.
Dire structures.
yeah, they do get
There
the
goes Jug's
Sunday.
courier.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Oh,
Okay, well,
there goes Jug.
that started off looking okay, but he ended up in a very awkward situation. Interesting that Holiday decided to turn around there instead of continuing to beat up the Nyx for the better damage.
Yeah, Nyx would have died there.
Maybe he's just worried about Timbersaw, not Timbersaw. Well,
Trade
yeah, Timbersaw,
base.
just slicing him.
Timbersaw still no points in reactive.
Yeah. Just has his Vanguard, man, doesn't need it.
Just has his Vanguard.
Doesn't need it. I mean, if you look at it, he is 4 last hits up on Jug, who did die.
Yeah,
So, you know,
2 now.
it's
Yeah.
working.
It's just a little risky.
Reedy is now going to get bullied. Reedy. Reedy adding a G in front of his name decides that it's acceptable to die instead of just taking his remnant there.
Dire's middle
Yeah,
tower
instead of
is
the
under
room.
attack.
Yeah.
It still would have been a 50-50.
Yeah, just gets killed at the rune spot. He doesn't even get the rune.
Going
And it-
Blade Mail on Ember Spirit.
Okay. Wants to win the
It's
duel
a-
against LC.
Middle tower is under
Specific. No, it's a specific counter to Wind Ranger.
No, he's
Although-
getting it so he can win the duel against LC. And look, his
Yeah, he just
sneaks,
takes it.
he's got Maledic spin.
middle tower is under attack.
Yep. Although
Make
the
a big
caveat to
mess.
using Sprint aggressively is obviously you can get jumped on by a Timbersaw.
Dire's top tower
Luckily, alone, Timbersaw's kind of bad at killing both the healing ward and you, as demonstrated
I
there.
feel this Wraith Band is just so bad here. I don't know. On Juggernaut.
I am the Juggernaut. I am being felt that my Wraith Band is bad.
It just slows down so much. Like, he could have treads already. He could have potentially started working on the Cornucopia if he is going Battle Fury still.
Spaz is going to the Wisdom Rune spot here.
I mean, Sav was forgetting that it
going
exists.
Going to take it. So this team starts out with both the first Wisdom Runes. Great news for their supports. Despite Reedy putting the greedy in Reedy, he is still maintaining a pretty decent last hit lead over Windrunner here.
It's just the damage. Ever Spirit has early damage on Windranger by a fair amount.
Radiant structures are
Oh, notably at
currently.
this point, yeah, it's pretty much equalized.
Early though.
Timbersaw tried to escape there, got bashed by the Spear Breaker.
And
There,
duel.
Okay, there we go. I was gonna say, he's getting duel when they're doing no damage to him, but the power shot is going to more than ignore that armor.
Maxed out power. It wasn't even the armor, it's just the Vanguard. It was entirely just Vanguard blocks.
Yeah, that's true. He still doesn't have reactive. Man, this guy hates his skill.
No, it's just, he wants pure damage in this lane. He's
Yeah.
going for the I'm gonna kill you before you kill me build, which I've seen it before. I've seen people do it on Pause 5 Timbersaw.
I gotta say, it does not feel like so far it's playing much to his advantage. It's just like the Juggernaut is like he's not admirably like he's not that happy with the amount of last hits he has, but for a lane that looks like this is okay. And he's taking a spill with a dual loss now, like...
I think the build is so much better against any other hero except Juggernaut.
Potentially. LC gusted back here.
I think if he just
Oh, we've
runs
randomly
at...
been told you.
By who?
Exactly.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh,
That's a
good
very,
snipes by Otto.
That's a very awkward thing to be told out of context.
The fuck did you put in there? I don't know.
Yeah. Great question. Okay, what is
8
going
milligrams of salt.
on here? Oh, okay. Still has the Windrunner ult here.
Yep.
And US Danny going for the meth strat of only using the silence after the focus fires come out and dying anyway.
Well, the focus fire was used from the high ground.
There you go.
So he had no way of actually silencing beforehand. Because he was
true.
on the
I
low
just
ground.
always like the get focused fired and then silence strategy.
Hey, it does have a blind.
Yeah, that's true. Did not help
It
him
does
there
have a,
though.
like, a 30% blind incorporated. Or it did. Or is it
Does
still
not.
just the talent? Is it the talent still?
No,
No,
I think
okay,
I
they
guess it's
removed it.
gone.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, it used
There you
to.
go.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Goes to show how long it's been since I've played Drow.
True. I mean,
Aren't you wondering what rank Jesus got to?
yeah, I'm a little curious.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Jesus,
find
what's
out
your
next time.
badge?
Dire's
Find out
middle
next
tower
time.
is under attack.
Okay.
Duel.
Nope.
Got the range
Oh my
for it.
god!
Duel.
Walked right back into it.
You've got the range for it.
Doesn't want to duel
Cast
into
the duel, please.
Doesn't want to duel
No,
into that.
Cast the duel, please, Cranberry! I don't know. I feel if he duels by the rune spot, that's just a free kill.
Yeah, if he duels at the very first opportunity, I think that's good. I think if he duels after that, he dies. I think before he.
No,
actually
he's by the until he passes the rune spot. I don't know.
Yeah.
He just felt like it was very
he
delayed on the
hesitated.
duel.
He hesitated certainly. And if he did it his first opportunity, it was good. It is good that he didn't just try to go for broke there and just call for the duel and then just immediately died in September. But you know.
Yeah, he was just very delayed.
Oh, Timbersaw got Soul Ring, one of my favorite items.
He had the Soul Ring a while ago. Soul Ring's pretty bad right now.
To flame.
Just so expensive.
Yeah, and you're gonna like, I mean, honestly, just to the arcane boots.
Is not enough for Timbersaw. Timbersaw's like one of the few heroes you still going on. Timbersaw, Tinker. basically
Nah.
it.
I still hate it there. If you're gonna buy like Soul Ring, just buy
Radiant's
Clarities
bottom
at that
tower
point, or
is under
anything that's
attack.
not Soul Ring. Get a Noli if you like. I think that's better than Soul Ring. Or just like hit with your skills, it also works.
That works. I think Wind Ranger's close to dying. No, that's Witch Doctor, never mind.
I think Witch Doctor is close to dying.
No, Witch Doctor is dead.
dead.
Radiant's
We don't
middle
need this
tower
up
is
here
under
anymore.
attack.
Rip power shot.
It's hitting nothing. Okay, suddenly this is actually a little awkward. Good go in here by the Spear Breaker is, yeah, just completely gets the, okay, well, crap. Ember Spirit wins a duel.
Yeah, they both popped Blade Mail at the same time, and it just became very awkward.
Yeah.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Power shot? Who's getting power shot?
Radiant's middle tower is
No one
under
is.
attack.
Yeah, the auto is really far away from this.
It's unfortunate.
Dire's
Really far
top
away
tower
from us, I
is
don't
under
think they
attack.
had particularly good vision on anybody he would have liked to.
I figure just take the shot. Somebody
There you
dies.
go. Just take the shot, hope for the best. Juggernaut is
Dying to Ancients.
yeah, getting dangerously close here. This is going to be on
It's
the wire.
fine.
There we go.
He's gonna have Healing Ward by the next thing.
You're, okay, I don't know how I knew the Nyx was there. Did he just barely walk into the Sentry Ward, I guess?
Might have just barely. Oh, that one.
Well, that literally just got placed right now, so.
Oh, I don't know then. Maybe he did walk under the sentry.
The Timber Saw game I was talking about, by the way, here's a stupid fun fact for you. Okay, Yellow Crayon. You're just gonna get annihilated here.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, poor Reedy. Not poor Reedy, poor Spaz, rather. At the hands of
Spaz.
Reedy. Okay!
That was a very nice
Okay.
power shot. Or not power shot, shackle shot.
The, Reedy has just willfully donated some money to the,
We just got outskilled by the auto von Bismarck.
to
is
the
what we'll
Wonder
call that.
Retirement Fund. LC tries to go for the blade mail here, but it's kind of hard to win the blade mail contest when the other guy has
This is more HP. than
500 more HP than you. Yeah. Oh, swing and a miss on the power shot from Windrunner here is a little unfortunate.
A little bit, but JB's still dead.
Yeah,
We'll pick up that
likely.
kill.
Alright.
You gotta
There we
start
go.
with that,
Oh,
sir.
typical A-Team H team fight contribution.
Typical AM team fight contribution.
Coffee Cat just walks right up to it, gets an 8x kill streak just for sneezing on the guy. Does not show up in the fight recap for reasons unknown. But, look at the net worth charts. Yeah, he's probably not mad about that.
Probably not.
Radiant's middle tower.
That was the
Put him
top net
above
worth of the
Legion
server.
for that one kill. It was below Legion before that kill, and now he's slightly above Legion.
Has fallen.
Or a good deal above Legion.
And the Drow Ranger is pretty behind. Which is not the most inspiring thing in this game. I think any real chance of victory, I think, is going to be predicated on Drow doing a little better than this as far as being on the net worth chart. You know, Timber Saw is doing great. This guy, I know he's a universal hero, but I promise he doesn't skill all that great.
He scales okay, mediocrely. In this game, he's gonna scale pretty well.
Is under attack.
2 strength heroes, one of them being a core. Always nice. That's a
Okay,
weird.
this is a very
that's not-
ambitious duel. Yeah, I don't don't think I would have gone for that myself. At least he didn't win the duel officially.
Yeah.
But that's some major unfortunate thing to deal with as the Radiant in this game is just like the sheer amount of mobility coming as well. Like, not only do they have several ways to screw you up in the middle of a fight, but they got so much mobility. They can cross a lot of territory really fast with some of these heroes. Like the Nyx Assassin, who's just going to be in the Vendetta, just sneaking around. Pictured here. The Ember Spirit, obviously, highly mobile hero. The Timber Saw, obviously, very highly mobile hero. They have a pretty quick response to a lot of what you're doing, and that was a pretty good example of it. Like, it looks like for a second Timber Saw's really caught, but Reedy's just able to get there so fast it doesn't really matter. They turn it around. Where he was going, the answer was bot. Pace slows down quite considerably here all of a sudden. Nobody's all that eager
Legion's
to go right now.
Looking for a Blink Dagger, looking for some other items on the other team. I mean, they're fine to let it scale. Drow's gonna do really well in the ultra late game here.
Yeah, like Drow is super far behind at the moment, but
I get
if she stops being super far behind, and a slowed down pace is going to do a lot of that for her.
Yeah,
then,
Drow's really good in this game, frankly.
What were we talking about with Timbersaw needing more than the Arcane Boost? He's got a CM on his team this game.
I get that, but he uses mana so fast that it doesn't. Like, you need more than just that, I guess. I don't know.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I don't know. I've been Timbersaw in similar situations to this. I felt fine with that.
Maybe you don't know how to press buttons.
That's true. That is a potential possibility. Ember Spirit.
That's an interesting Ember build, but I'm for it. You know, Blade Mail into Phase Boots into Daedalus.
Yep. Which has just come out. An interesting build. Is very reactionary in this way.
Reactionary to what?
So specifically kit for the enemy lineup. Again, everything's slowing down here. The Dire are positioning themselves pretty forward here. Positioning themselves pretty aggressively. They're not really trying to capitalize. They are more than willing to just hang out in the enemy's jungle. Not do much more than that. Spirit Breaker is more than willing to charge, but not more than willing to actually finish the job. There's an annoying coconut just holds Reedy down. Timber Saw, S&K, close tags.
Vanishing winds.
I should be pretty solid in this game. The just a lot of physical damage that's going to be coming out here. It's going to...
Yeah, the eggs also just is stupid amounts of damage.
Yep. Dire, after a long time of hanging out in the enemy jungle, decides to hang out in their own evil GameCube area. Nyx Assassin, now the proud owner of one brand spanking new Aghanim Shard. She's going to make that Vendetta a little better. Going to make him even more mobile, to what I was talking about earlier. Otto is farming the enemy GG jungle while this is happening. Looking for Drow Ranger, not Pioneer. In reality, she's with her own team. Got herself a Wisdom Rune. Got a little smarter. She is still kind of like disproportionately behind most of the enemy team, which is a bit unfortunate. She's not doing that much better in the support line.
Yeah, honestly, her next is gonna overtake her with his next kill.
It's not gonna be today, as Otto's just gonna TP right out in front of Timbersaw, who is.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. There's a 50-50 shot of Windranger being able to kill the Timbersaw there.
Well, Neek's on the way to that could make it potentially awkward.
Oh yeah, no, but I mean, like in a 1v1 scenario there.
Yeah, if you're confident in the fact that you've got a 1v1, but you're certainly not confident if
underneath the enemy's tier 2, yeah.
Underneath the enemy's T2 with no obvious idea where the hell Neeks is. Once again, keep everything slow there. Just kind of it's good for the Windrunner on Radiant. Good for the Jug to a degree, especially considering he has gone for that Battle Fury at the end of the day. You know, LC is not getting any duels while this is happening. But they are going to find the okay, well.
Oh, that's a duel. Legion immediately lost half her HP.
Yeah, the Timbersaw reactive armor reacted there. It was very awkward.
The Ags, yeah.
Timber dead. Auto godlike. Okay.
Yeah, as I was saying, the Windranger can definitely kill the Timbersaw at this stage. And with that godlike stun from Auto, he has no chance to use Remnant. So.
Yeah, that was a quite well done. That
was a really well fight. Although, yeah, the DD did change things, but it was still like a really well taken fight.
It looked for a second like that was going to backfire spectacularly with how the Windrunner and without the LC and the Witch Doctor just kind of went splat immediately without being able to get anything done. Like, look at that, 245 whole damage before she went down. But
she was attacking the Timber, so.
Yeah. At the end of the day, the duel on the Timber was all it kind of needed. Reedy has a load of mobility, wasn't quite able to get there in time, and the CM went down early enough that she had no ability to impact it, so.
Yeah, and it also allowed the Windranger to do enough damage to the Timbersaw so that he couldn't really get away with how much HP he had. Big gold swings, that fight. Drow is ahead of the Legion now, but both Windranger and Juggernaut are now above the Ember Spirit, which was the other way around previously.
Yep.
Cranberry saying, "Oh, okay."
Toss the computer. Says a yellow.
Literally throw it out the window. Throw it out the window.
Toss your salad, more like.
Toss you.
It definitely feels like this is going to be quite a nasty scenario now for a while for the Dire. It feels like even with how he's gone, even with he got a Ghost Scepter, even with the build that Reedy has elected to go for, the Windrunner still does have a pretty good ability to kill him at this point, which isn't great considering he got the Blade Mail so she couldn't kill him, and he got the Daedalus so he could win the Glass Cannon fight. And neither of those happened in that last fight. Again, you did have the DD. That was involved. Look a little rough. Spaz now has the Voodoo Switcheroo. Good for you.
Never refuse.
The Timber Eggs definitely looked like it could be big there. Okay, looking at the Legion, J-Bay is choosing not to reveal on the, okay, yes, Daniel's randomly died there. J-Bay choosing deliberately not to reveal there on the LC, which is a bit interesting. Does kind of allow her to get a duel. She is gonna go down, and that's good. Okay, what was that? He, like, pretended he was about to throw a Timber Chain and decided against it. A little odd. A little odd. Copycat gonna walk a holy Moses, look at that graph, awesome.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
This looks like a baffling stock graph right here. Like, if I was an investor and the chart looked like this, I wouldn't know if I made any money or not.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
Who's got the hammer? Is that a Nyx's Assassin item?
Yes.
Yep. Neeks item. I wonder, is that still comboable off this stun even after all stuns got nerfed?
I guess we're gonna find out. T2 bot Radiant does go down
Like
here.
mouse over the thing. Mouse over his stun.
Okay.
On the Nyx assassin. No, it is not.
Too. It does not quite line up though. You
Although
can easily combo. You got so much CC on this team that I don't think.
Yeah,
it's that
for the most part, I think it is possible. It's hard to get out of the radius in half a second.
Well, this is an awkward meeting. LC has her GG jungle invaded by the Ember Spirit.
Okay, no, this is just fucking weird. Going dataless, going
Scepter?
as if showing, going dataless, showing that he's building right click, and then building an E-blade.
What can I say? It's a hybrid build for the guy.
Yeah, I get hybrid, but if you're going hybrid, go like fucking.
He's tired of getting ulted by the Windrunner.
Is under attack.
I guess.
It
Really
is
wouldn't
like
have saved him last game.
Yeah, it
Or
really
last
is.
fight.
I assume the idea is, okay, the blade mail didn't work, I'm just going E-blade so I can just turn her off. Just shut that down. They are smoking out here. 5-man smoke on the Radiant.
BKB now on the Wind Ranger.
Yep. That's gonna change a lot. This is a very powerful item for her to have here.
Yeah.
And they have just caught the
Entire enemy team.
Yeah, roaming around up there. Found the Chuck. Okay, this is not how you want this fight to start.
Hasn't pressed the BKB item.
There we go.
Immediately wins the duel on Timber Saw.
Yeah.
Still dead because he's maledicted.
Yep.
Rise to that thing.
Okay, yeah, there we go. The Ghost Scepter got successfully used there to just eat the entire Omni Slash, basically. And then he got a triple kill. See, it worked out.
That was a very awkward fight, because they all got on the Timber Saw, and then they all just got fucking stunned by the Nyx Assassin.
Yeah.
And then Timber had a chance to get literally every spell he had off. And then the Legion at 400 HP dueled the Timber Saw, and then immediately died.
Yeah, that was very unfortunate. I assume what they thought was going to be the case there was that was just going to be Timber Saw, maybe one other, but that was not how it went down.
I mean, at the start of that fight, it was Timber Saw, Maiden, and Nyx, and they were the only three there. So they went on the Timber Saw, and then got 3-man Nyx stunned.
Oh my god! Roche killed Reedy!
Reedy gets bashed at the last hit. Oh my god.
Then he gets tipped by his own Timber Saw. And his own Nyx.
And his own Nyx.
Oh my god, dude. Put the G in front of his name again.
I guess the other team is so tilted right now that they just didn't bother tipping him.
Yeah, that's amazing. How do you not tip this man?
He died to a Roche after winning the fight.
React to this man!
React.
Yeah.
Viciously ping him into oblivion.
You got E-Blade now.
He does have the E-Blade. Bit of an interesting build, but it seems to be working.
Yeah, it's working so far. It's working in fights where everybody goes on the Timber Saw and takes 9,000 damage because he just blows up on them.
Yeah.
And they give him a dual win.
They don't seem to have a way to dispel that shit.
No. And more notably than that, it's starting to feel like this LC is kind of falling off the face of the universe here.
Well, the thing about LC is you typically, all of your strength comes from getting duel victories. It's kind of like a very important part of the hero.
Yeah, and they decided to play it slow.
They just couldn't get those early because... I don't mean to harp on it, or harp, but the blade mail before the blink is almost worse in every scenario.
I think there's some
I understand why it happened.
Okay.
That's why I said it's worse in almost every scenario.
Like you've got 3 guys here that are just going to be able to get away from you if you don't blank on them, like very easily. I mean, really, you've got 5.
4,
you're just not
technically.
Like, if you're just walking up to people, you're gonna get CM.
And none of these people are really gonna kill themselves on top of blade mail this game.
No.
Unless maybe Ember Spirit has his shield active, which it's just going to be damaging his shield.
Yeah, Ember Spirit, maybe because you did get that Daedalus, and
No, but I mean
Drow Ranger,
before
maybe,
that,
but, yeah.
when you've just got the Blade Mail versus getting the Blink Dagger, because they're worth roughly the same amount of money. Roughly.
US
Blade
Danny
Mail's
gets
slightly
himself a nice
cheaper.
kill. The Drow
Yeah, and
Ranger now getting pretty
is
close
caught
to,
up.
yeah. Getting close to
Drow
the rest
Ranger
of the line.
is now a hero. And that's not a good thing for the Cranberry Sprite team.
Dire's
No.
bottom tower is under attack.
But they also kind of had the strategic issue of, like, at the point where they had most of the upside, they weren't really going, like, I understand they wanted to have the duel for the Ember Spirit and all that, but it's like, I think maybe the play here was more to just try and jump on, like, the Crystal Main, the Neeks in every fight, just get them out early as possible, just get the cheap, easy duel wins, because at this point it's like Timbersaw has almost as much duel damage as Legion Commander does, he's got 10 less.
Yeah. And Ember's got a 10.
Ember also has 10.
Ember's got the missing 10 there.
Yeah. They found the CM, or not the CM, they found the Windrunner here. Windrunner is going to pop the BKB, and that's going to be that. Okay, this is interesting. Another duel on the Timbersaw just goes exactly how you'd expect. Just the guy just takes no damage, just comes right out of it. They did get the Aegis off of Danny. Okay, Danny's looking kind of bad. Danny's looking very dead, actually. Good Omni-Slash on the back line here. Got rid of that.
See, that's the interesting part about Windranger Ultimate, is it lasts through Aegis.
Yep.
So, it's one of the best heroes in the game against Aegis. I feel like if he goes up too far, he just dies. Nope, he ran out of mana. He ran out of mana on Timbersaw.
Yep.
Or on Windranger.
Yeah.
Cast
And
the
then
ultimate.
Windrunner walked into the Meteor Hammer, which, I mean, that's not going to matter. Kind of out of ways to actually kill her.
Drug is dead.
Yep.
Because,
That ain't
yeah,
great.
it's very unfortunate that he ran out of mana right then and there.
Yeah.
He used Shackle and didn't have enough for his ultimate.
Assume what you meant is the Ember ran out of mana. Yeah.
No, the Windranger.
The Windrunner. Yeah.
Windranger couldn't use Focus Fire.
I think that was on CD there, but it might have been off by then.
No, when Timbersaw jumped up, Windranger had ultimate
Nice.
onto the high ground. He just only had enough mana for a single spell. Literally any single spell removes the mana from every other spell.
Very sad.
And he used Power Shot.
Okay,
That
well,
was
this is so sad.
this is very sad indeed.
Neeks just walks away, Jesus.
And then Nyx just runs away.
This is just like, it's been a long time since I've seen two teams where the mobility advantage is just this disproportionate. It's like, every time the Dire looks like they might be in a modicum of trouble, the only person who's ever actually under any threat is Drow. Everybody else can just right-click away and be okay.
Maiden.
Well, the Maiden hypothetically, but nobody ever goes on her.
Although Maiden seems to have a permanent shield rune, so...
That's true.
This is genuinely the second or third shield rune I've seen on the Maiden.
Drow going straight for the Satanic here. Manta, Hurricane, Pike, Satanic. Wants to not die. And in fights, just getting the Juggernaut wants to be able to pull out from that at least. Timbersaw. Greaser now done. Probably been done for a minute. Going for something with Relic, I assume. I don't know. And going for Nully? It's interesting. And everybody loves Nullify right now, but Nullify Timbersaw's a bit interesting. Duel out on the... Okay, this is like, oh, that was very, very close. But ultimately, both... Oh no, not both. Both the Reedy and the CM die. That's a great way for this fight to begin. And with Ember Spirit dead so early in this fight, some other people are just kind of...
Missing the Maledict, I don't think they can kill Timbersaw anymore.
Okay, Otto just killed US Danny somewhere else.
Yeah. But they can't really kill Timbersaw without Focus Fire. Maybe they can, actually.
Yeah, this is fun.
With enough bashes and a will, all 5 enemy heroes. He got bashed so many times.
Yeah. Every time I'm like, okay, this is kind of the breaking point for the Cranberry time. Every time they hit that point, it seems like something
They
comes
seem
out.
to win a team fight.
Yeah.
And it's usually on the back of Otto doing something crazy.
It's usually on the back of Reedy dying immediately in a fight and
Or
Timber
that,
Saw
yeah.
not eating all the immediate go damage. See, if the first 5 seconds of a fight the damage is coming out on somebody else besides Timber, things seem to go a lot better for some reason.
Yep.
Cranberry with a very ambitious use of dust there, just really hoping somebody's around.
Probably needed to clear an inventory slot for
maybe.
clarity. Yeah. He needed a clarity in the inventory slot, so.
T2 mid going down finally allows these guys to take the
Getting that
outpost.
DD rune. Oh, I've heard on Juggernaut. The Harpoon on Juggernaut. Very interesting build. Literally never seen that before.
The Harpoon no shard build is interesting to me. Surely that would be the appeal of it, right?
You can pull people towards you inside of Omnislash.
That's true. But it feels like
That's a very big gamer play right there.
That
Omnislash just single person.
That feels like a much more niche application than keep people inside your baller Blade Fury.
Yeah.
Maybe he's
I don't know
ready
about
for
that.
Tormentor.
I'm not sure why the Harpoon is there, but it is what it is.
He's a whaler on the moon.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
They have a lot of BKBs on Radiant right now.
Yep, BKB Spirit Breaker 9 seconds, BKB on LC 7 seconds, BKB Auto 6 seconds. No BKB on Jug because that would be silly. And Ag's almost finished on the Witch Doctor. This spell is going to be annoying in cases like that. Okay, well, goodbye, Reedy. That's good. Rarely do you see an LC who can't win a duel just start to win them in 35 minutes, but here we are.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Again, just does not... It feels like Reedy's kind of underestimating the enemies here. He unfortunately feels like he's playing a little complacent.
Dire's top tower
Like, oh, we smashed these guys. I'm doing awesome. I'm doing great. Game 2, suddenly it's starting to become like, okay, we've got like a pretty good advantage. When we take a fair fight on our terms, we're winning those fights. I don't need to care about these chuckleheads. And then he's like TPing out in front of 5 and dying. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's I don't know if it's a Discord problem or if Jesus decides he doesn't want to talk to us anymore.
Hmm.
I don't know if it's a
Jesus is fucking busy, right?
complacency problem or if it's maybe, I don't know.
Jesus is busy, you hack.
Not you, I'm talking about Reedy.
No.
Talking about his TP in front of 5 there.
No. He was placing his hands. He was placing his life in the hands of Jesus.
Yeah.
But I was too busy reading something on my phone.
Yeah, Jesus does not save in that situation. Jesus had a crash.
Jesus
lost
saves
over 5
those who have the will to save themselves.
Yeah.
And TPing in the middle of the enemy team is not having the will to save yourself.
Jesus saves, but in that specific instance, he had not saved in over 5 hours, and the program crashed, so he lost all that data.
Yep.
Crest on the Spirit Breaker as well.
Yeah, it's a nice item. Going Silver Edge, which is pretty good.
Yeah, on this lineup, just being able to break out the Timber Saw is going to be nice.
Or the Drow, even.
Yeah, the Drow as well, though it does seem like even now it's still like in the last fight, Drow just randomly died off screen to the Windrunner.
Oddly going Satanic instead of something like BKB or MKB.
On the Drow, yeah, I mentioned that last time we looked while you were looking at your phone.
That's
Wants to started building that after that fight where she just kind of died because she ate a whole Omni Slash, and I imagine that was the point of it, like, oh, I'm just gonna get this so I can survive the Omni, but unfortunately that's not done anything to help her survive the Windrunner. Waiting for Roche to show up here. And here he comes.
Middle tower is under attack.
They're even gonna pop his Lincolns. Should be a pretty easy Roche. Is going to get scanned out, but it's like this is gonna be so fast. There's no hope they get here in time. Even with all that mobility, especially they're taking it kind of slow.
Immortality.
Juggernaut's gonna take the cheese. Wondering what Aegis is gonna pop smoke on these guys. And Sam's gonna die before anything. Oh, that's not great.
No.
Yep, the Timber
Big
Saw reactive
pop,
armor
but that man is very dead. Don't get the dual damage, but they get the kill.
Yeah, this is feeling like it's just falling completely out the rails. Juggernaut has a gem.
Juggernaut does have a gem.
It is feeling pretty unlikely that they're able to bring this back on the Cranberry team. The Drow Ranger just never really was able to amount to much. Even though she closed the net worth gap for a while, it just opened back up again. It got even worse. I mean, when we were talking about that, she was like 1k or 2k down from Windrunner, now she's 10. Spirit Breaker jumping through the entire line to try and get her here. She's gonna get dueled. Or, no, they actually dueled the Ember Spirit. I'm pretty sure that was an accident, but it's not like it matters. Yeah, they're just getting found farmed at this point.
Dire's bottom barracks has fallen. Radiant's courier has been killed. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Reedy calls the G's and we're going home.
Middle barracks has fallen.
Yeah.
Dire's middle barracks.
Last game it was Otto Van Bismarck calling the G's. This game it's Reedy.
Yep. This feels like, you know, early on in the game, one of the first things that happened was the rune issue with Reedy, where he just didn't want to hit his remnant and just accepted his death for no reason. And I think that just kind of set the tone for this entire game. I definitely feel like this was winnable for the Reedy lineup. They definitely were good at taking some advantages. There was a time when it's like, you know, like I mentioned, you know, Legion Commander sitting there with just over the amount of dual damage that the Timber Saw had, right? Like, it's just, I think they just kind of let the small things add up. I think they let the small mistakes add up. Like, the Drow Ranger build did not really work out in her favor. The Ember Spirit build worked pretty well whenever he got to have the initiative, but eventually he just lost the initiative and he just never got it back. There was a moment, that fight in the jungle at bot, where Reedy got jumped at the start of a fight, and after that happened, that's how every fight started, like, from then on.
Yeah, he just kept dying at the beginning of every fight.
Which is just, it just makes this very unwinnable for the monsters.
It's not possible for them to win like that.
Yeah. The Timber Saw got, like, so sidelined just from the team around him, just, like, kind of not playing his
he just kept getting left alone.
Yeah.
Because the other team would just kill everybody but him, which is what they need to do this game. They either need to blow him at the beginning of the fight, which is really hard, or he needs to die last.
I know they love the Nullifier right now, but Timber Saw Nullifier?
Timber Saw Nullifier. That's what they did.
I don't know. It feels like they got. It feels like they got comfortable. It feels like after G1 they were like, yeah, we got this.
They got complacent. But it is what it is.
We put them down. We can do it again. We're winning. We're starting off well, and it just kind of ended up backfiring on them. And it is good on the Cranberry team's part that even though it started off, there were parts of this match. They didn't
let game one get to them, and they stayed mentally sound enough to win that, or at least on the heroes that mattered. I don't know about everybody, but Wind Ranger, Juggernaut, and Spirit Breaker were rolling around as a squad.
Yeah, it's like, you know, it would have been very easy to just get morale busted this game. There's a lot of
and honestly,
really hopeless.
Those late game Legion duels were pretty clutch, honestly.
Yeah, it started out a bad Legion Commander game, just bad LC execution.
It was looking a little rough, but they picked it up.
Yeah. Yeah, they turned it around. It was a good turnaround on the part of the Cranberry team, and I think a
Jesus
bad,
approved.
yeah, I think a bad initiative on the part of the Reedy team. It just felt like they just let the league get to their head. I don't know. Maybe that's not what happened, but
You could say it was a bad done.
if you or somebody you know wants to learn Dota 2 at a casual or more competitive level, go to ld2l.gg to sign up today. Just find that old Discord server. That's where all the magic happens. It's too late to get into this season, but we're looking for stand-ins all the time. Queues are popping left and right. There is no shortage of things to do. So we will see you for the next game, PvC Pipe versus Roxy Row Row. That should be a lot of fun. See you there!